Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today I will be showing you the 3 best decks you can use in the Timeless Towers challenge for you to get as many rewards as you can. So let's jump straight into the first game. Before starting the game commentary, I'm going to be letting you know what this game type is like. Basically, it's a game type where the towers will regenerate health every X amount of time, and they regenerate a bunch of health. As you can see in this attack with the Hog Rider, the Earthquake does a lot of damage, and it's going to leave the tower, it's going to leave it at like 1200, but then it actually heals back up to max health. So what this means is that in this challenge, any damage or any chip damage that you could do to the opponent's tower that they could do to you, you can basically just ignore it. If it's not a push that can take your tower, you should be fine. That's why I'm going to be showing you today 3 decks that would normally not work in ladder, or well, no, they actually all work in normal ladder. But I believe they are actually perfect for this kind of challenge. As you can see, the first one is normally a deck that I used to play a long time ago. I used to play it with Giant Skeleton instead of a P.E.K.K.A. However, since this game style is more of taking towers in one push, I prefer to actually put the P.E.K.K.A. rather than the Giant Skeleton. You can see here that he's actually going to do a bunch of damage with this push, since his Valkyrie pushed the Hog Rider away from the cannon. However, as long as we kill it before he can take our tower, we should be fine. As you can see, opponents here are going to fireball or throw spells at your towers very early, just because it's going to get annoying when you do a push like that. Your opponent is at 400 health, his towers are 400 health, and then you have to watch it regen up to max health. So this is one of the things that Morten said about this kind of gameplay, is that you can actually trade health for elixir. For example, if they play a firecracker in the back, you can just let it hit your tower for 3 elixir, and your tower will actually go back up to full health, and you will have made a 3 elixir advantage. So basically that's what he meant by saying that. So yeah, let's show the first deck. I'm going to be showing you 3 decks today. The last one is the one that I will be choosing as my deck to actually complete this challenge, because I think it suits better my playstyle. And yeah, I've been having the most success with it in the games I've been playing. However, I'll be showing you the 3 decks because you guys can have very different playstyles, very different favorite cards, and know different interactions with different cards. So that way you guys can choose whichever one will be better for you. As you can see in this game, we actually played a Hog Rider deck, which I love. I love Hog Rider. I think it's my favorite win condition. That's why I put it in here. I think it's one of the most popular win condition in the game. So a lot of people exclusively play Hog, and this is for you guys. It basically consists of using the P.E.K.K.A. on offense to then build a counterattack and put a Hog behind it. And if possible, try and outcycle your opponents by using an Archer Queen, because you know that if you place an Archer Queen, since it's a champion, you will get only a 3-card cycle, which will allow you to get back to a P.E.K.K.A. a lot sooner. This next deck, as you can see, we already took a tower super quick, just by defending correctly and using a counterattack to take his towers. But we're playing against an E-Golem, and we're going to be playing this deck that was very popular a long time ago. It's very, very heavy, so you want to be a bit careful in single elixir. You just want to play defensively in single elixir, and if you get the chance, do a counterattack to then take the full tower, as you saw in this game right here. So it has the Royal Recruits, those 7 elixir card, which is really, really, really powerful when used well. It has the Zappies, and it has, of course, the Flying Machine, which can be a pain for your opponent, since it's very, very hard to kill, has such a long range, and is super versatile. So what you want to do in this deck, you usually just want to play all your cards in the back, starting with the Royal Recruits, then with the Flying Machine, or with the Zappies, and then just support it with, once you know what spells your opponent has, then you can defend it with either, you can support it with either hogs or just spells or something like that. So you're going to see that in this game, since he's playing Hog, I think he was playing, we're just going to be using the Royal Recruits in the back as a way of defending or making sure that he's not able to attack. Because if he attacks, basically he will not be able to take the tower unless he has freeze or some very big spell. So we're just going to support both sides with Zappies Royal Recruits, and then a Goblin Cage to just cycle back to our Flying Machine. However, we're not going to be able to get to a Flying Machine. So right now we're just going to want to be able to fix our push. And the way we're going to do this is by using the Flying Machine right now and then trying to be able to support it in the following push. As you can see, the Elite Barbarians are killed instantly, and then we're going to use the Royal Recruits on the left side to kill the E-Giant, or the E-Golem. I think it's the E-Golem, yeah. I got confused for a second. And then that E-Golem actually gives us so much elixir that we can do a very big counter push. But yeah, the main thing with this deck is that you just want to defend as much as you can, and then use your elixir advantage and your cards alive from defense to take their towers. Here you can see that wasn't going to take the tower, so we have to play a Flying Machine in the pocket just to make a use of the damage that we have already done that is going to get healed back up. The third deck, which is the one that I'm going to be using, is the Lava Hound deck. It has been performing really well this season. I think I really like it. A lot of people here are not going to be running very air-oriented cards. And if they do, Lava Hound is a deck where you can do extremely well by just doing an all-in push and not worrying too much about defending, not needing to defend. So as you can see in this first attack, we already have a threatening tower attacking. He has to waste his arrows for that one. And then with the Inferno Dragon, we're able to kill his Skeleton King, which was supported. And in this time, even if he uses the skeletons, we would have to have dropped a skeleton, but that was a tombstone, but that wasn't threatening to take our tower. But now our Inferno Dragon is actually threatening to take his tower, so he has to drop something. In this side, we actually realized that we don't have to tank for his goblins because HOTS in this game mode are useless. If you just let them hit your tower will regen health every single time. So we go Lava Hound the opposite side. And then we will go with a very, very big push with a balloon, a Mega Minion, and everything like that, which he will honestly not be able to defend because I don't think he has too many air cards. And if he does, we can just take them out with a Mega Minion and just some spells. So as you can see, he uses all his cards over there. We're gonna Mega Minion the back and then hopefully Fireball all those cards. I think the Fireball hits everything, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it hit absolutely everything. And although he defended with a lot of air cards, he was not able to defend that push. And we're already 1 tower to 0. Here with Lava Hound, you have 2 decisions. You can either try and defend for the rest of the game, which could be, it could be done. It would not be hard to do. But the other decision is that you can just ignore your defense for a bit, and you can go for another Lava Hound push, which will very likely take another tower of his. So this is why I like this deck. I think you can outplay your opponents pretty easily, and I don't think if you make mistakes, I don't think it's that other decks cannot punish you as hard with Lava Hound than if you're playing another type of deck. But as you can see here, we have to play Barbarians to defend everything. And the skeletons are not going to be enough to take our tower because it was healing all the way up. I'm going to place the Lava Hound to tank for everything. And the tower actually does not hit our Inferno Tower. One of the Zappies does, but the Mega Minion is there to help our Inferno Dragon. I'm going to place a balloon and everything else, and this should already be a 3-star. And since there was a kind of a quick game, we will do another one just to make sure that we have covered all the different aspects in this deck. And look at there, the Inferno Dragon actually kills the Mega Knight before it hits the tower to just add a bit of extra humiliation to that game. No, I'm kidding. But here we're going to start with a Tombstone. Whenever you're doing a Lava Hound push, if you have the Tombstone already dropped down, it's usually very positive for you since the skeletons will get behind the Lava Hound and can add a lot of pressure and a lot of damage to these pushes over here. So he's already playing another E-Golem player. I think you're going to see this a lot in this game mode. But if you're playing Lava Hound, I don't think you should be worried about it as it's not very good against air cards. It doesn't have a lot of air defense. He has a Firecracker. We're just going to arrow it since I think it's the only way he can defend our pushes. Oh, but look, he has a Wizard. But the Wizard, I don't think it's going to be enough because as you can see, the towers in this game mode actually have a lot less health. Since they regen, the way they did it so that it wasn't going to be tie after tie after tie was to lower the health a lot. So that's why Lava Hound is so good. Because if you get a balloon on the tower, it's usually 1-2 hits. 2 hits you should be fine, or even 1 hit you should be fine. And I think at this point our opponent actually realizes that he's doomed, so he just gives up. So I'll speed it up. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and comment. And I hope you get the 12 wins. See you in the next one.